Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. So continued daily consolidation, not a whole lot going on in the broader market today, but some strength in growth names and growth sectors. Let's look at it on the charts. So we can see SPY was an inside bar. We did close down at the low of the day, but again, not much going on. We were 0.03% green on the day, so pretty much flat. And we need to see the hourly trend change shape up to the bulls if we're going to see a daily high or low set. I'm viewing this as the low of the bounce or the low of the drop. High of the bounce, tried to set a higher low, but couldn't do so. So still in a clear hourly downtrend at this point. Essentially, we have to hold the low of 462.04 and break the high of today if the daily high or low is going to shape up and remain a potential daily bull flag with daily EMA 12 support. If we drop down and break 462 tomorrow, we know consolidation is going to be more significant and hourly RSI will be back towards oversold. And at that point, we'll be watching for 4-hour oversold conditions if we get another leg down. Bulls need to prove it. Today, it stood out that growth was strong. We look at QQQ, same deal. It was green. I know the candle is red, but remember that this is just the open and the close is higher than the close of yesterday. Daily inside bar, if it breaks bull, our daily high or low is set. If it breaks bear, we're going to test the low of consolidation, 387.53, still in my SPXS swing position because the bulls didn't prove anything to me today in terms of convincing me to exit that position. XLF held sideways again. And you'll find that growth names perform their best generally recently when things are flat. It seems like the growth bulls show up on sideways days. And in this instance, it was a good thing. We know XLF is the largest sector holdings in IWM. So XLF was up 0.28%, and it being green definitely helps growth, but sideways for the most part. Not much going on in the broader market, and IWM was up the most out of the major sectors that I watch, and individual names in growth were up more as well. So we're still watching to see whether the bears can prove it here. Prove another leg down, have to break 39.69 to do so, and if the bulls can break the daily lower high of 40.53, they'll be shaping up the potential weekly bull flag. XLV started its pullback, so the daily lower high is now set. Lower high is at 134.08. There are only two ways that this shapes up from here. We confirm the daily downtrend and weekly lower high. We hold 131.90 and break that daily lower high to be looking right back at the top of this bounce. And again, remaining a bit cautious, just because the weekly time frame, if you show me this chart and don't tell me what it is, I would be saying, got to be cautious of a potential weekly lower high here into a pullback and tightening equilibrium. So we know what the bears have to do on XLF and XLV. Pointed it out yesterday. Neither of them did it today, but it's still on the table. IWM, solid day. Inside bar as well. And we did pull back the majority of the afternoon. So very strong morning. Pull back to look for an hourly higher low in the afternoon. If the inside bar breaks bull, our daily higher low is set, and we're looking back at the all-time high. And just like the others, if the inside bar breaks bear, then we have not set that higher low yet. But with where we stand right now, we have the most space to work with percentage-wise above the low of consolidation up to this point. So with IWM strength and with growth names strong, solar had a big day. So the solar sector is looking for a weekly bull flag as well. Weekly consolidation just started and hardly got anywhere. It's a bear break yesterday with zero follow through. Look at this wall of resistance at 97.40s. And we just blew through it today on some decent volume. So we're looking right back up at the 101.58 recent high as the bulls are keeping control of this major move. Let's go to the 2-day time frame. No real convincing trend change off the low on the 2-day chart. And bulls are trying to get that with a new higher high here. Along with solar, we often see EV names strong. NIO today closing at the high of the day, it was up 6.7%. Doesn't look like it, but when you go from that close near the low up to the close near the high today, it's pretty solid. Significant move. And other names like CHPT had a solid green day. BLNK, solid green day. They did have earnings after hours. Gap up on earnings potentially shaping up. Looking back to the recent high. So EV names strong. Did a cannabis video in itself today. Already published that. And they were another strong sector. So again, when growth goes strong, all these sectors generally are strong as well. We're still keeping an eye on BKKT. I did make one attempt to play a bounce for hourly oversold conditions off of daily EMA 12, and I exited just under break even. Taco loss back on Tuesday, and then I was done with it for a while. But what I like about this current setup is it's starting to get a little bit wedgy. The bear breaks are lacking some follow through. The bull volume showed up in a very big way today, and we consolidated into the close, but that's telling me pay attention. Bull volume moving this thing very significantly, 24 to 28 in less than 2 hours. That's 15% plus. That's a lot of volatility. So what I want to see tomorrow in an ideal world would be morning weakness, just a wee bit of morning weakness, hold 24.01, and then confirm the hourly trend change with a break of 28 and 28.40. So an aggressive bull is watching for that setup and looking for a daily bounce. We have a pattern of a lower high every day for 8 days in a row, and we're looking for that pattern to break. Keeping in mind, we're just going to be looking for a daily lower high to be the result of that bounce, and I would definitely be taking some off the table into strength, because even just a little bit of a bull move can easily be 25% on a name like this. And when you see those kinds of gains that fast, I'm always locking in a partial position. Onto the commodities, the dollar broke bull. So I wanted this rising wedge to break bear if I wanted to have significant confidence in my metals positions. But I do love the fact that the metals are still going up with the dollar. Again, a bullish correlation with the dollar is great because it means we can only benefit when the dollar pulls back. If we pull back with the dollar, then it's going to be all bets are off as far as just a major shift in the correlation between metals and the dollar. But keeping an eye on it. But again, if you showed me this chart 2 weeks ago and said this is the dollar, I would say I don't want to be in metals right now. I want to be patient until the dollar shows some more weakness. And that would have been the wrong answer. So it's a great sign with how the metals are holding up. Daily inside bar today on gold, but still holding extremely strong. Again, I'm going to add to my position when we consolidate for a daily higher low. I will average up. And I think, when did I get in? Either the 4th or the 5th. I think the 4th. So happily we'll average up because that means my trade is working out. Much better than averaging down unless it's a part of the original game plan. Silver headed to a higher high today. Look at that close. Very strong. So silver was a bit iffy yesterday. Today makes up for that with a nice close over this resistance line. 26 is the next major level from where we stand. And again, same thing, tons of space for a daily higher low to form next time we consolidate. Miners following through as well. Not convincing candles, but higher lows and higher highs, which is all the bulls want to see. Lots of space for a daily higher low next time we consolidate. Again, metals and miners couldn't ask for a better setup with where we stand comparative to the dollar. Where does the dollar stand? Bigger picture, 6-month time frame. We've been watching this equilibrium for a year, over a year at this point. This can play out for another few years. Don't lose sight of this pattern because when it breaks, it will be notable. High, low, nothing worse than a magnet on your lines. High, low, lower high, higher low. We're scouting a lower high compared to 102.99. I want this chart to get as tight as possible into 2024 and then give us a clear break. Can't wait. Oil. So we had that rejection on the daily, pulled back a little bit further today. Anything above 78.25 is a daily higher low, but we're watching to see if it's going to be like last time, where we gave the move back after that double top, V-shaped double top. So all about volume and whether or not the bulls can hold 78.25. Natural gas. All right. I haven't looked. This is the first time I looked at natural gas since I did the last video. And now I am paying attention to this falling wedge. I would rather there be one more touch of support. I don't like only 2 touches here, but plenty of touches on resistance. And if we reject from resistance and then it keeps tightening up into the end of November, this is going to be a good one to be watching for the potential of a monthly higher low shaping up. Take it one day at a time. Just scouting a daily lower high to be the result of this bounce. All right, I hope you're well. Do good things. Check out the cannabis and psychedelic video if you're interested in those sectors. And we will see you soon.